Hey there YouTube, Corncob Piper coming at you. This is episode number 12 of my Puffin Burley series, my personal quest to become a Burley lover. For today's review, we are going to be reviewing another in the Old Joe Krantz series. This one is the white label. So far I've had the original Old Joe Krantz, the red, now the white, and the next review that I'll be doing will obviously be the blue. Once again, this one comes from blender Jeremy Reeves over at Cornell and Deal. This is a continuation of his, really carrying on the tradition of Bob Bernowski, the late Bob Bernowski, and you know, making some different Old Joe Krantz blends up. This is what Cornell and Deal calls a ribbon cut. However, I would say this is more of a coarse cut. There are some ribbons in there, like shag ribbons, but there are some chunks also. Looks like the Black Cavendish and the Perique. Some broken flakes from the Virginia, but the Black Cavendish and the Perique, as you can see, is kind of like chunky, not really a ribbon. So I would classify this more as a coarse cut than I would as a ribbon. Moisture level for this is the first Cornell and Deal blend that I've had that I would not call Cornell and Deal dry. I would say this is a little bit on the moist side. Could not hurt to dry it out just a little bit. However, it is you know, fine to you know, pack right away and smoke. I've let mine sit now for maybe, I don't know, 5 or 10 minutes in the pipe. That's all you really need. This is made up of Black Cavendish, Burley, Perique, and Virginia. So the definitely this one different proportions of the Burley, Perique, and Virginia than in the original Old Joe Krantz. And then obviously this one has the addition of some unsweetened Black Cavendish as well. So for, just getting ready to light up my pipe, I almost forgot to do the bag note again, or the pouch note. So for this one, I get that tanginess, vinegar smell from the Perique. Very, very little bit of hay note from the Virginia. And there's something else in there. Having a hard time putting comparing it to something. Fig Newtons. So, is most what most sense you get would be the plum or fig. This one I actually get like a super sweet like Fig Newton smell. Maybe a little bit of breadiness from the cookie dough of a Fig Newton. Not really sure there, but smelling Fig Newtons in this bag note. So let's go ahead and get lit up here. Go ahead and share the flavor profile of this with you. As with all of the other Cornell and Deal Burley blends, this one will not bite you at all. This blend I find burns rather quickly, down to a fine white ash. Does not require any or many relights. Smoking it today from my Cassolero 125. Smoked it from a cob and a briar now. If I had to pick which one I would prefer, this one, and I'd probably go with a briar on this one. Seems to be a little better. In this Cassolero 125, I got this for my kids. They bought the Pipes and Cigar Father's Day special, where it was a pipe, a pouch tobacco, some pipe cleaners, and a pipe tool. This pipe, out of any of my other pipes that I own, smokes Burley's the best. So I have a tendency when I'm smoking a briar or a Burley in a briar, I have a tendency to reach for this pipe just because for whatever reason it burns burleys well. And this is a briar, but it's kind of on the heavy side. A lot of my other briar pipes are quite a bit much lighter on this one. So flavor profile on this, this one to me tastes very, very much like an over-the-counter Burley blend, like Carter Hall, Velvet, Lane Ready Rub, like one of those. It with all these ingredients in there, this one seems, you know, to me to be once again very, very underwhelming. If I had to compare it to something else that I've tried, I would say Prince Albert with a little bit of Perique mixed in there. Burleys are definitely the star of the show. Their nuttiness. I pick up a lot of molasses in this like I do with the OTC Burley blend. Almost like it's topped, even though I know this one is not. That probably has something to do with the addition of the Black Cavendish. Or maybe some extra Virginia in here. The Perique in this blend is not anywhere near as large amount as there is in the original or the red. You can definitely tell it's there, but it is very, very subtle. Maybe also a little bit of bitter chocolate from here, and definitely the nuttiness that I'm getting from here is raw walnut. This blend for me does turn very, very bitter. Not bitter in a good way. Once you get past the first quarter to half of the bowl. At that point it just really becomes unappetizing for me, and I have a hard time finishing the second half of this one. There is definitely a certain sweetness to this, also very, very savory, but all in all I find this one to be very, very underwhelming, very, very kind of almost monotone or one-dimensional. Might make a good roll your own cigarette tobacco, but as far as you know, the pipe tobaccos go, just not a big fan of this. So you know, obviously this is my least favorite of the Old Joe Krantz that I've tried so far. I had high hopes for this one with the addition of the Black Cavendish. I have kind of a sweet tooth, and I was hoping that this would be like the original Old Joe Krantz, but sweeter, much sweeter. And it's not really the case for me. But so far, Old Joe Krantz, the original, has been my favorite of the ones that I've tried. Obviously, then the red, then the white, and we'll see where we end up with the blue when I do that review sometime over the next day or two. This is one I definitely will not be revisiting. This will be my last bowl that I smoke of it, and I think this is like my 4th or 5th bowl of this now. My 5-star rating of Old Joe Krantz White Label, once again, Black Cavendish, Burley, Perique, and Virginia. I'm going to go ahead and give this one a 1.5 out of 5 stars. Just do not care for this blend really a whole lot. But everybody's tastes are different. I'm sure there's somebody out there that loves this blend as much as I don't, and there's you know, always somebody that likes different things. That's a great thing about pipe smoking. We find what we like and stick to it. It's about, you know, your enjoyment and not mine. So you know, hence the warning at the beginning of this video. Everybody's tastes differ. You know, don't let my opinion of this blend persuade or dissuade you from trying it on your own. This may be something that you out there watching this end up loving. And adding to your rotation. So once again, 1.5 out of 5 stars for Old Joe Krantz White Label. And as always, YouTube, keep on piping.